Catch this vibe. Welcome to the Climaxxx Zone. 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 Come check this podcast out. It's unfiltered, it's unscripted. Come catch this vibe, man. And if you need some promo, come holler at us. Come holler at us. Come holler at us. With that being said, everybody, that is my cue. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Climaxxx Zone. Today is a little different because I do have my regular zoners on this side, and today I've decided to add my Instagram, the Climaxxx Zone page, on my phone. So we're gonna try that out and see how that works. I be feeling bad that I be leaving Instagram out, and I got a lot of great supporters on Instagram as well as Facebook and YouTube. If you haven't followed the YouTube channel already, it is the Climaxxx Zone, DA Climaxxx with 3 X's Zone, on YouTube, on Facebook, Apple Podcasts. Like it's streaming on all podcasts, Anchor, all that. Where do we start? I've been under the weather, so I apologize for everybody who was looking forward to my podcast every Saturdays. I didn't do it last week, and then this coming week, this Thursday, I was really hit with under the weather. But I'm here. I'm not gonna be here long, I don't think. I don't know if I have any guests coming today. It's open. It's an open floor. If you want to come, let me know. I will shoot you the link to come on the platform if it's something you want to say or talk about. I'm sorry, Instagram, because when I be moving, I be leaning in and I don't want y'all to not be able to see me. Okay. Let me let some more people come in. While I let some more people come in, check out my new song that is on iTunes and everywhere else. On all streaming platforms. It's called Broken Promises. Elevation, roll another dose of meditation. I'm so high, but my cup won't. I get higher every time I take a pull. And I have no lie. I got trust issues and I don't know why. Elevation is my only form of education. And I'm so sick and tired of stupid rumors and lies. Seems like everybody with the drama living life like there ain't no such thing as karma. And I'm so sick and tired of living a lie. Everything is shining a diamond. Sad days are over, I'm done with the crying. Yeah, I had to let you go. Baby, I can't take that hurt no more. I'm sick and tired of all the wrong. But it's all you gave me. Think I'ma stick around, boy, you must be crazy. Fuck you and all your elevations. always leads to my frustration. Why you always gotta hit me with the bull? Boy, you know this ain't right. Arguing every day, fucking every single night. What the hell am I supposed to do? Whatever happened to the feeling between me and you, boy? And I'm so sick and tired. No longer here, oh why? Come on, boy, you know this ain't normal. Living life and there ain't no such thing as normal. And I'm so sick and tired. Running all of these stupid games. Broken promises. Yeah, I had to let you go. Baby, I can't take that hurt no more. I'm sick and tired of all the broken promises. But it's all you gave me. Think I'm gonna stick around for you, must be crazy. Fuck you and all your broken promises. Yeah, I had to let you go. Baby, I can't take that hurt no more. I'm sick and tired of all the... Yeah, I'm over it. I'm sick and tired of your compulsiveness. You a liar. You ain't nothing but a liar. Yeah, I'm over it. I'm sick and tired of your compulsiveness. You ain't nothing but a liar. You ain't nothing but a liar. You liar.
Oh, look how pretty she looks.
We in this thing.
Oh. Yeah.
What you saying?
Hello, the Joneses. Hello, how are you guys?
Howdy.
Hello.
Oh shit.
You look so pretty.
Thank
I
you.
love the orange.
Oh shit. I forgot to bring that. I'll be right back. I'm going to get the liquor.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
You look gorgeous, sis.
Thank you.
I'll be right back. I did all that preparation and still.
That sounds so good for my speakers. So
Oh, hey.
I set up my computer.
Snaps for a good setup. We love a good setup.
I got the computer. And then I'm also, for my Instagram people, you can't see us over here, but joining me now on my podcast is the Joneses.
Okay, for the multi-platform streaming.
Definitely, because there's not a way for me to stream to Instagram where I stream this. So I was like, let's set it up. Instagram streaming on the phone. Business phone is now in effect. We're going in. We got this.
Okay,
Eventually, I will get the number out so people can start calling in on the podcast.
Well, you see, we done changed up. We done changed up the setup in here. Got a little, you know.
I needed something.
I boss lady be wanting to chill, you know.
Exactly.
So I had to, get her in the natural elements.
In honor of you guys coming back in, I'm going to go back to my intro.
Okay, then. You do that. I know how to do what I do best.
Yes, you know what it is. It's something new. Yes, baby. The best podcast out there. Still on all platforms. What you got a world? Come get the vibe. Welcome to the Climaxxx zone. 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 Welcome to the Climaxxx zone.
Welcome, bitch.
Climaxxx zone. Welcome to the Climaxxx zone.
Well, hello, motherfucker.
Welcome to the Climaxxx zone.
Welcome, welcome. Take your shoes off unless your feet stink. Put them bitches back on.
Come check this podcast out. It's unfiltered, it's unscripted. Come catch this vibe, man. And if you need some promo, holla.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar engineer on that one.
What'd you say?
Yeah,
You know
Kendrick Lamar engineer on that one. You know, you be having high voice. Let me see your shirt. What your shirt say? This a new one for me.
It's not new. No,
I said it's a new one for me.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Okay, you giving me India RE vibes. You know what I'm saying? You finna drop your woke album?
You are.
She done lit some sage. Or is it gonna be more like damn? Who's that? Summer Walker and them that did the thought stories, the thought tales? No, that's the name of the project or something, ain't it? Like,
I don't know the name of it.
I don't know. I've been meaning to check it out. Is I want to say it's Summer Walker and her.
Oh.
Or something like that. It's something like that. They teamed up together. Like it happened on Twitter. One was saying to the other, we should get together and just have an album called Thought Stories. And they did. They did like an EP called Thought Stories or Thoughtscapades. It's something like women's empowerment, but like they telling like men we tell our whole stories and nobody judge us. They did theirs. And I really want to check it out. I haven't had time to, you know, I'll be working, but what'd you say?
I bet you that's nice.
Oh yeah.
I bet it's. You know what? I'm gonna add it to my playlist.
I was about to say
right
normally
now.
I'd be looking it up, but I don't feel like it. What's the word of the day? Because I'm finna take a shot without you.
It's just vibes. You see it.
Okay, well
It's
shit.
a
Excuse me.
conscious vibe.
It is a vibe. Like I was telling you.
I'm just bullshit.
I've been
It's-
off the
Hold on
vibe.
though, because I gotta look at this camera. We look goddamn good though. Melanin glisten, Wakanda forever. You know what I'm saying? Wakanda forever.
I'm streaming on Instagram from my 11 Pro Max. I am
But
doing
did you
this.
tag us? Did you tag anybody?
They can't see us on Instagram. They see.
No, they
the
can't see
Climaxxx zone only.
Yeah, they just seeing me.
So
It's on the
I
Climaxxx.
make I make a living off my voice. I didn't ask that. I said, did you tag me? Like
Oh my
there's a lot of
When
motherfuckers
I-
that didn't know what I looked like for a minute.
I will tag it. And then I'm streaming today from my beautiful iMac, trying to get another little image.
Okay.
And I didn't want to
Okay.
keep it to close the screen when I see topics I want to talk about, so I had to make sure I had the side phone.
Decisions.
I see it. So.
So what's going on in the world?
Me myself, like I said, I hit a little health point, and I'm under the
Health?
weather. But yeah,
Oh shit! Not that Rona.
no, it's not wrong with her. I
Okay.
42 brought on my first ever bout with acid reflux.
Oh, that's
had it.
good.
I've never experienced it. I would have never been able to tell none of y'all what it was. When I tell you I was fighting for my fucking life, I was fighting for my life. So, when you try to do stuff, like my doctor, my physician was telling me, your body will reject something before they accept something. And I was making changes, and it was trying to goddamn fight against me, but I won because here I am. I'm here.
Squall.
As fuck.
Oh, that was an accident.
Before the day is over, I do want to send a shout out to my homegirl, Nina Lewis, who is the owner of Everybody's Lashes. She has this.
She owned everybody lashes though.
That's the name of her business. Everybody's Lashes.
Wow, she took ownership of everybody lashes. You thought them was your lashes, bitch.
This is actually a lash washer.
A lash washer?
Yes. Now I can't get into it because I didn't actually take the time to unscrew it and put the battery in. Like I said, under the weather. That's my.
So that's a washer for detachable lashes, not actual eyelashes, right? You can't put your eye in
Right?
it.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Okay.
the
Your
lash.
falsies.
No, I'm asking because like you know people get lashes installed, so
Oh yeah. No.
You never
not
know,
those.
but this is the thing they do.
yeah, you know, like there's a device for washing your eye out in the science lab. I've seen it before.
Right.
So I figure
Yeah.
like if they have something to rinse your lash, y'all be picking at me, but these are
Nobody was picking at you.
I seen y'all
You
face.
You
Who's
put
a
it in
big
there. I'm not gonna play with you. You put it in there. That's like the little washing machine or whatever, and you wash your lashes.
Oh shit!
nice?
It's a
Let
It
me
little
get.
really
button.
looked like an upside down blow dryer, like the hair blow dryers you sit in. It looked like that upside down.
That's
You
really
know,
awesome.
it is.
Oh, you
Shout out
remember
to
that ball washer?
Yeah.
you.
That little
Yeah.
ball jacuzzi.
You got extra
Awesome,
wash.
because people do not like people spend all this
All
money on
these monies.
lashes, and they use them one time, they throw them away, they don't get the
Throw 'em
glue off, they
away.
don't blah blah blah, they sleep in them, they get them all bent, this that and the third, but you just have to learn how to
Bacteria.
wash them.
So you can wash lashes and reuse them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're meant to. Not the 99-cent ones, mind you, not the
No,
I,
ones in the
I
blue
don't know
pack.
what's going on
You
with my
use them
TikTok,
one time and
but
you throw them
I
away.
just recently saw
Maybe a few times.
this
but
girl
you throw them away.
invented this. Is a wig washer. Like it's something you put in the washing machine. It's like a rack that goes in your washing machine. You put your wigs on it. You can wash your wigs like regular clothes, but the wigs come out still
Oh wow.
intact. Like it's like a rack you put in there, so when the rest of the washing machine turns, it don't. Like so the wigs don't get all mixed up. But I was like, that's cool as fuck. And I really feel like that should have been invented because
Now they
y'all
want
walking
to.
around here with these mustard wigs and shit, huh?
Not musty.
All that
What'd you
labor.
say?
Now they want to come up with it when a bitch don't want to go down.
Right, like I know it's somebody mad somewhere. Like, bitch, I've been thought of that, but why ain't I think of that?
This girl that I knew in college, I was totally green to anything that had to do with extensions, weave, whatever. Then and like she was boiling her shit. Like she had a big ass pot on the stove and she had put like her conditioner in it and made this like milky water, and she was taking her weave and she was like boiling it in there and getting it out and detangling it, and I was like, girl,
It's a lot of weird
people
shit
have
that
been
I've been
doing
thinking
what
about. Like,
Was it human?
right? Was it human hair?
I don't know. I cannot say for sure.
Oh,
but looking, you know what I'm saying, when I step back into the memory, it looked fake. It looked
No, I'm
synthetic.
gonna say you doing a little too much for synthetic now.
My
They
thing
get-
is like
they get
when
black.
shit like that get
You
invented,
gotta let it go.
you got to think about the last person that innovated it. Like the nigga that invented the washboard, the shit they used to put in the river or whatever, and put your clothes. The nigga that invented that was mad as fuck when Mayfair came out with the washing machine. Like, bitch. But what about my arm? You know what I'm saying?
Hair muscle.
So now you can't do nothing but play the
Forearms
spoons.
just
Right, now you can't do nothing but play the
flexing on
spoons
bitch.
on that bitch. Yeah.
And that's like I said. I mean, now that I done made the choice to go natural, now you got whole shit that washes the wigs and stuff. I ain't gonna be bitter though. I ain't gonna be bitter. The 25th will be my first month, so I ain't gonna be bitter. It's been a month. It's funny to me though, and again, this
The
goes
21st to be our first year.
it goes back to people that don't know me. And I would love to say, I hope this is the last time I have to say this, but I know I will never have to stop saying this because it's just going to be new people coming along. I am mean. I really am. So people don't have to look and be like, oh, facial expressions, you look mean, you probably mean, I want to be mean. I am mean. And now I am intentionally mean.
I being a person that has known you for a long time, before I met your child, we interacted, you know, here and there, but until you was in a session where you had Lyric with you, you wasn't around for long enough for me to actually pick up on your energy and determine what type of person you were. But I used to think, damn, she seems sort of mean. But I know I come off mean too. You would say some shit, it was funny as hell, but probably because I'm mean too. But you meant it. So somebody could take that as you being mean. Okay, cool, there's that. But when you brought Lyric around, and before they had the term, and you know I'm not calling the baby this, but before they had the term, that baby looked like, and she looked like you. She just looked like what you were actually saying. Like your facial expressions are actually you trying to fit into society. But if your facial expression matched what you said, you probably look like Lyric did when she first got here, and it was just.
And it's funny because
And it wasn't until I saw Lyric and like this is a baby, she don't know no better, she just really liked it. I was like, that's when I determined, yeah, Climaxxx mean.
well, and then we say this all the time. Like people, it used to be people they used to jump through hoops to try to get. You know how you be trying to make a baby smile. People used to jump through hoops to try to get a smile. She got dimples. I used to tell people she had dimples. They wanted to see her dimples. They wanted to see her do the little baby laugh. And they just be like, hey, Leary, hey, Leary. It's quiet. You with her face still resting you. But try to come up like you finna tickle her or something, and the face turns to the mug where you done took something too hot. Supposedly you want to approach. She was on a protest.
You lucky if you sitting there kicking it and Lyric don't get up and move. Like, if she's still sitting there with you, that's all you need. Cool. She cool with you, whatever, cool. If you got some chips, offer her something. If she don't, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, leave the child alone. If she wants something from you, she would. Unbothered. If unbothered was a person, that's your baby.
She was never one of them kids that big. She finessed your ass. If you sat beside her with something that she was interested in, she'd be like,
them chips ain't even hot. Them chips ain't hot to me.
And then it's supposed to be like, you want some Lyric?
Matter of fact, I did that wrong. You gotta give Lyric some more credit. She was smarter than that. She'll come up to you and say some shit like, I used to think those chips were too salty, but I like them now. And you sitting there like, what child has enough experience to think that a chip is too salty? But anyway, she like them now. Do you want some? Whole time she's like, yeah, I ain't never thought these chips too salty. I just knew I needed to say that to get some chips about your ugly ass.
They had something, I don't know what it was, and she was just sitting there like, like that was ready. And they were like, Lyric, you want some? She said, I never tried those before. Like, you can have some. Okay.
That's all
she'll grab a handful, she'll eat it and be like, it's okay. It wasn't amazing, but I still got.
But see, like children like that, and my little cousins or whatnot, because I've always just talked to children and animals or whatever, it prepared me for, because I'm just dead ass. Huh?
You know how he talks to Groot.
Yeah, I talk to animals. Like when I got my puppy, everybody used to pick on me, bro. Why are you talking to him like he understands you? But now people enjoy kicking it with me and my dog because they could tell the dog, hey, you're doing too much, move now. And he knows, you know what I'm saying? So, but like, because I always talk to children and whatnot, it's never nothing for me to, them chips ain't even salty to me. And I didn't ask you. Now the child sitting there looking crazy.
Yeah.
I do weird shit. I'll walk up to a child. When you way too comfortable with adults, I'll look at a child dead in the face and say, give me $1. And they'll say some shit like, I don't have $1 on me. And they'll make up an excuse, you know what I'm saying? Make up an excuse to why they won't give me $1. And I'm like, whole time, you really finna give me some money? Stop that. And then I'll tell the child a lesson like, look, stop. You don't have to give nobody $1. For what? No, that's your money. You keep your money. If anybody ever walk up on you and say, give me $1, you got to give them a reason for why you're not giving them $1. But I do that to dogs too. If a dog looking at me too long, give me $1. You don't know what that person that owns that dog done trained them to do. So that motherfucker go grab the wallet and bring. Man, look, some shit happened to my neighbor the other day.
To your new ink.
Okay, then.
Looks so
That's
good.
hard.
I love when tattoos are brand
I
new
like
and
how
they're,
it,
vividly
like when
black.
you do that, it leads into the arm.
Into the music.
Yeah.
You got that
Clean
lyric.
shit.
Some shit happened with Auntie the other day that made me think of Climaxxx, and I'm glad that we on here to discuss it. Okay, apparently that house on the other side over there, they do Airbnb.
Okay.
And the people that they had there the night prior were, one, obviously gay. This is what Auntie telling me. She mind her business. So they were yelling. They were obviously gay. They had a disagreement, and somebody slept in the car. Mm-hmm. One, I ain't paying for no Airbnb and sleeping in the car. But anyway, she said the next morning when she woke up, she went outside to smoke her cigarette. There's money blowing through her yard. So she went and picked up one little bit, and she thought it was $20. It was $40 wrapped up. And then she picked up, and she did it like 4 times. She ended up with $165. So she went back in her house. Now, mind you, she never left her yard. This shit blowing through the yard. And then later on, whenever they was leaving the Airbnb, they was looking around and looking at her crazy. And, she had a strap on her. She was like, please don't come over here and ask a question. And her husband and her got into it. He was like, you should, for what? And I feel like her, like if the money blowing through my yard and I don't see you actively, first of all, I ain't never seen you outside looking for it. You went outside looking for it in the
Right,
first
but
place.
I found it by myself.
Right. I was just
It
sitting.
found me.
It found me. If I'm sitting in my yard and $30 blow by,
That's why he sent it to me. He sent it to me. He saw me outside.
thank you, Father.
That was my blessing. You wasn't shooting
Hey,
threes in the gym.
I don't know if I had just got off the. Yeah, I did. I had just got off the phone with you. I was smoking a cigarette on the porch with her. I just let group back inside, and she was talking to me, and I wasn't in the mood to talk. But the more she was telling me, I was like, "Say what? Say what?" And I told her, I was like, "Shit, you didn't do nothing wrong. I wish the 20 would have blew over here. The fuck? Let it keep blowing, because I mean, let some money blow in my yard.
Right.
You
I
go,
pay
you
for
gonna
all of
you gonna
this.
see some niggatry.
That's the land giving
You
back
get
to
it?
me.
Niggatry. All right, that was
Nigga.
not in Black History Month.
Um,
Yes, it's still Black History Month.
I know.
I spoke on something with someone about how, and I think you guys weren't on here the last one I did. I did the Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus.
Yeah,
But
I missed that one. What
I
happened?
want to recap it now that I do have more opinion people on
Hold on,
here.
because what we're not gonna do is cap.
This is a cap free zone.
We can scarf though. We can rescarf it.
Okay, I get it now. Look, because I was gonna get.
Shit.
Okay, now I get it. Okay,
Yes, you know I'm a rapper sometimes.
okay. What we can do is wrap. Yeah, we're gonna go back. Rewind. We're gonna have a rewind session.
Reverse.
I was talking on there about how I feel. Oh Lord, I gotta do this disclaimer. My opinions are those of mine. They're mine. They're mine. They're mine. They're my opinions. Okay. I was talking about I don't feel like men normalize enough. They don't do enough normalizing about their trauma. Men don't normalize that they've been hurt. No, men don't normalize that they cry about shit. They offended. They have trauma, relationship trauma, whatever. They have trauma. So therefore, when we step up and we come into the relationship and let you know what our traumas and what our issues are, like I'm good when it's friendship, relationship, whatever it is, I tell it from the beginning. I have trust issues. Be mindful of what you do. You have people that'll hear you say that friendship and relationship and be like, okay. But then when you fuck around and do some shit that break the trust, and that person is hurt, or that person acts a certain way, and it's like, why are you acting like that? Were you not listening? So I feel like if men normalize the shit that they go through, and then when somebody fuck up after they say they go through some shit, maybe they'll understand where we come from.
This is a loaded topic. There's a lot to unwrap here. One, I agree with you. Men do need to normalize having emotions, but that's a thing that goes hand in hand with how men are raised. We're just now in a time where women are openly saying, "I would like for my man to be more sensitive." You know what I'm saying? But niggas have always been bottled up with their emotions because we're not allowed to. The moment that I mean, you tell me, y'all the ones that you set the standard, but I'm saying like the moment that a nigga, well, okay, from what I've experienced, this is my trauma. From the moment that a nigga shows you any weakness or any vulnerabilities, you might allow that for that moment, let him, you know what I'm saying? But really, you just taking note to use it against him later. Like I personally, like this was a woman that was trying to be with me or whatever. Never made it to that point because of some shit like this. Like some shit was going on with my mother at the time. She was the only person I could speak to at that moment. Not because I was relying on her, but everybody else that I would normally confide in was tied up. So I'm just like, look, she's like, damn, whatever, it's okay to cry. Nigga cried because I was scared of whatever the fuck was going on. Just, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying like this.
Because the reason I'm laughing is the way you made it seem like this bitch saying like, heal with your begging ass.
No. I'm saying like, mind you, I don't know this woman enough to be just crying in front of her, but the situation was so dire, like I felt like I needed to cry while I'm talking about it. She like, it's cool to cry. Cool. That's fine. But then later on down the line, got into an argument and we had a disagreement and she really was on some, who was there when your bitch ass was crying about your mom? And it's like that's the type. But see, but you laughing, you see, and you're wondering why the stigma is men won't open up. But that's how men are, because that's how women are. Like, we know that there's a group chat existing where, like, bitch, this nigga done cried about this shit. Ha ha, got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. And I have enough female friends to know that there is a group chat that exists. Even the most supporting woman will still go somewhere and get that laugh off. You feel what I'm saying? So when you ask about why, or you say men need to normalize having these emotions, you got to think about the other side too. You got to think about the repercussions of what. You got to think about how many niggas is called weak for showing emotions.
Okay, so let me break it down a little bit better for you. When I say normalize, I'm not laughing at what you do. I'm laughing at because I have said that statement before. I've said that statement when you've been a whiny piece of bitch assness where it ain't no trauma. You just a lazy ass bum that's used to sugar mama and used to bitches taking care of you. You a mama's boy. And I'm not the one that's gonna coddle and sugarcoat your ass.
Okay, now, but you as a water sign should understand this more than anything. Okay, some people make other people feel extra comfortable. So if a man does that to you, this man might have never cried in front of nobody before. So when and you know this, when that first tear drop, everything that you've been holding back come out. Now, and you don't even know it, but you might be so now he done bottled up for another 10 years, because the first time he did cry, you called him a bitch, you called him a weak ass nigga, because that one little thing, you don't know if that was a straw that broke the camel's back or whatever. It's like you can't ask for more emotion and then be mad at how much emotion you get.
Okay, so
men are just as emotional creatures as women are. It's just we're not allowed to show it.
It's levels to that shit. Because
levels to what?
If I'm with somebody, no, if you're going through something. For the record, matter of fact, yeah, I was there when baby daddy lost his mom when I was pregnant with Lyric and domestic violence.
I don't feel like it should be limited to relationships though. Like, I feel like a man should be able to show emotion elsewhere. That way, when it's in a relationship, it's already healthy. It's a healthy practice.
Start somewhere else then. But I'm saying, don't come to the relationship and you bottling up shit. Like I said, if I can feel your pain, you got finessers out here too. You got fake crying ass niggas. That's what I'm saying. There's levels to this shit.
Yeah, that shit.
It's real.
That shit.
It's real. People react how they react. My reaction to calling me a bitch ass, weak ass, whiny piece of shit, that happens when I know I done been there for you. I done been a nurturer. I done been a healer. I've been that shoulder for you to cry on, and then you go off and do some fuck shit. Whether it be cheat, whether it be whatever it be. Now you a bitch ass nigga because you so big and bad to do all this domestic violence shit. But who was wiping your motherfucking tears when you was boo-hooing and crying and shit? That's where my bitch ass shit come from.
I'm tripping. They got
I feel like that's
specific.
A very specific situation.
Yeah, they got real specific. I'm speaking in general terms.
But in general, men have to. I understand from a man's point of view if he revealed his soft side and it was accepted and it was turned back. That is wrong. That's not by any means right.
Okay, so before you say that men need to normalize owning their trauma, what needs to be normalized is the fact that men have trauma and it's not a weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like, men shouldn't be afraid to expose their trauma in fear of, you know what I'm saying, be used against them.
See, I'm gonna break that to you too. Because like I said, sometimes I feel like a fucking alien. I swear to God, I feel like I'm not from this place. I was brought up as far as my biological dad, who told me crying was a weakness. I have done so much shit to the point where I will avoid breaking down. I hate crying. I hate crying because I was raised to know that that was a weakness. So when you get me to the point where I shed tears, now I'm gonna get mad and frustrated because I didn't want to go there. So yes, the same way I'm saying men gotta normalize they've been through trauma. The same way we tell y'all our trauma up front, and then it's fucked up, and we got to heal from that shit. Okay, so if y'all tell us y'all got trauma, and like you said, it don't work out, or she throw it back in your face, heal from that shit. Hell, if we gotta heal from it, why y'all can't heal from it?
Okay, but the way that things are set up, as far as society, the way that things are set up, a woman when she comes with all her shit up front, it's either viewed as baggage or something that we have to work on, and that's because women present themselves as imperfect to the person that they want to be perfect for. Even though to the rest of the world they present themselves as perfect, to that person that they want to be perfect for, they will let them know about their imperfections. But the opposite of that though is, as a man, y'all look for stability, y'all look for strength. So to the person he wants to be perfect for, he has to be perfect.
No, he doesn't.
He has to get, you know what I'm saying? But that's the way, I'm saying that it's not right. It's not right. I'm just telling you how it is. Like, because like, for me, like the whole crying thing, that's stupid to me. I knew I was different when a chord sequence can make me cry. I'm not sad. I'm not extremely happy. It's just tears. Yeah, I felt that. You know what I'm saying? Something can be funny to the point where I cry. A memory can come by and I'm not sad, but it's just, you know what I'm saying? It made me cry. So with that crying being on a spectrum like that, like I get angry to the point that I cry sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So, like, there are, and mind you, I'm saying this because there are women in the world that the moment that they see a tear coming down a man's face, they feel like they have the upper hand and they use it against them. That's immediately a trigger. Oh, you bitch ass nigga, this, that, and the other. Everyone wasn't raised like you.
I agree with you. Like I said, I'm a nurturer. Yeah, if I see you crying,
and like because of that,
okay.
Going back to what you're saying, because of that, that's why you have what men do is we call it compartmentalize. We have that trauma, we know about it, put that in the area of our mind, we deal with that on our own time. We're in the shower, when it's raining or whatever, you can't tell if I'm crying, bitch, it's water coming down my face. That type shit, we deal with it on our own time. Suffer in silence, that's what the men have been conditioned to do, but that's not right. So discussions like this is step one. Two is, we have children and we need to pass this knowledge on to them and let them know to be open about how they feel. It's okay. Like as a child, like as children, you tell a little boy, stop crying, stop being a little bitch. Nigga, this shit hurt.
And I even tell my daughter, because like I said, and this is not something, and that's why I said kids pick up on everything. Your kids are another version of you. I have, she doesn't do it anymore, but like she's 13 now. But when she was around about 11 or 12, I would be getting on her about something. And she would be standing there and listening to me. And I could tell that she didn't agree with it, but she would be sitting there puffed up. And then when she tried to talk, the tears come down and I'm like, why are you like holding your breath? She was like, I'm not trying to cry. I'm like, it's okay. Let that shit out. Just because I'm getting on you doesn't deem me. And that's y'all know I fight for this really. I don't give a fuck who you are, mama, grandmama. It doesn't make your position or your title does not automatically make you right. And what you say deemed has to be the all you do. I'm going to tell you how what you did made me feel and how I don't want you to do this again. You are a little person. Please express to me how, okay, no disrespect, I don't agree with that. I think this is, y'all heard me in the conversation. Like, I'm not going to put a muzzle on you. Hey, she put me in, get me together.
I was just coming to see if you got them chips I asked you for.
It's like when I was in the group chat with y'all and I woke her up on a Wednesday, which is a no school day. I had to be like,
you corrected yourself. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. Damn. The baby was like, and what was crazy, I don't know what she said to you, but you got mad like she got smart with you. She said something and she was like, it's morning time, get it with her. And I'm pretty sure she said something like, but Mom, ain't no school today. Or it's like, so you was like, what you doing? I'm in the bed. Like, what you doing? I'm in the bed. What you mean? Get your ass up. It's out. No, it's not.
I couldn't do nothing but own it. I apologize. I'm so sorry. You are so right. You don't have school today. My bad. Do you accept my apology? I mean, that's
that understanding of a child, knowing that that's just a smaller human being. We need to cross that understanding over to male and female. Like, yeah, you might have grown up with these things on you or whatever, but you're still a human at the end of the day. You feel you feel, I feel too. It's just we have different organs, nigga.
And
And it's like
they
that.
got feelings. It's because they're young.
Yeah, I think we like to use the other word that she's using, normalize. We have to normalize the fact that I don't even like to only talk about it as far as crying when it comes to boys, as if like crying is such a crazy emotion. But like men go through the same myriad of emotions that women do or whatever, and it's like they they are not allowed to show anything except for two. You have like the I'm doing great today and I'm gonna continue to be the stable provider that I need to be for this family, or two, I'm sick and I can't do that today. Can you please take over power? Like that, those are the only two things that guys are allowed to show.
So
And
much
that's not
so,
fair.
so much so that what has been normalized is the byproduct of having to deal with that mental anguish. Like not being able to show no emotion will make a motherfucker mean. That's why we have so many famous assholes. That's why the asshole at your office is a thing. Like we're used to that. We're expecting that. We're looking for that because we know that as a man, you can't show all the microaggressions that you really have. Now, even though they still, like, there are men that get away with a lot of emotional shit, there's roundabout ways, whereas if they would have just said how they were feeling, they probably wouldn't have had to do all that. But we're not allowed to. Because the moment you do that, now you weak, now you a bitch. Oh, those are bitch emotions. They're human emotions.
And for
That's
the
the thing.
and for the sake of the people that are like me, I'm gonna say
There's more of you?
You, I have something else to say about that too.
you have to, no matter how. Okay, fuck y'all, but not fuck y'all. The people I was saying that like me. But listen, I'm gonna talk about me. I've said this before. I have a horrible past relationship with disappointment and letdown. I hate when people say, "Oh, get over that. It's been so long ago. You should be over that." I want people to normalize to stop trying to fix other people. I want people to stop trying to change other people. I don't
You
ever
can't tell
want
other
to.
people how to heal.
I don't want to be tolerated by anybody. That's friends, relationships, work. You tolerate toddlers that don't know no better. I don't want to be tolerated. I am a type of person where take me as I am wholeheartedly, or tell me I'm not for you.
Fool with me because you cool with me. Don't fuck with me because you stuck with me.
I say that because people meet me in different stages of my life. I am the only one that can sit here today and look back from where I came from to where I am today. Everybody met me in different stages. So to come into my life and be like, "Oh, you cool," but if you didn't do this, you probably next person gonna get punched in their fucking face. I mean that from the pit of my ovary and my uterus. Because here's the thing: have you changed you? Have you checked to make sure you're good? Because I accept you for you and all your flaws. There's nobody walking the face of earth that's perfect. But if people focus more on getting their own shit, like they say, sweep around your own door, get the shit out your eye, you won't have time to tell me my flaws because I'm aware of things that I may need improvement on. And the things I may want to improve may not have nothing to do with your judgmental ass. But let's normalize that as well. If you're gonna be sensitive like I am sensitive, I love hard. Every time a trust barrier, if I walk into a friendship or a relationship, trusting you from the get go because you give me no reason to not trust you, when the trust is fucked up, it spreads like a disease, and now all my walls come back up, and that shit got to be earned. It's like a fucking fortress. The side eye is permanent on. Fuck the third eye. My fourth eye is at your ass. And that's just the way I'm built.
I actually
Oh,
have my Pat to thank for a lot of the shaping of my thinking when it comes to that, to how people are, and letting them just be who they are, because sometimes I'll look at stuff and I'll just be like, oh my god, I cannot believe that they would say that. I would have never said that. And when I think that part, the I would have never said that, okay, well, hey Iris, you didn't say that, they said that. that was their decision and that's their storyline that they're doing, and you're just over here watching or whatever. So like, let them do what they were gonna do, because if they were doing what you were gonna do, then that doesn't make any sense. So like, and I've met so many different types of people with really strong personalities here lately, like in the last like 5 years of my life, like, and to just like to like well, you
not what you was
you have to
expecting.
understand, look who I live with. Like, I haven't I've had no
And
experience.
nigga, don't look back here.
I don't mean that in a negative way at all, but like I've not had any experience with you, with any action that you've done or anything verbal that you may have said that could like even take me, like knock me back to, wow, I can't believe she said that, because I've been hearing some wild shit and I've been seeing some wild shit, and so
Nah, Boss Lady is one of them people that was like, I could tell her a story, and it's like, wow. And then, like a couple months later, the person that was in said story will actually come around, and I'll be like, babe, remember when I said? So then it's all confirmed or some shit,
like,
you know?
oh,
So it's like I was really living like this, but like she said, like, and this is me. I study people for a long time. You know, I was a military brat, and so I'm popping in and popping out, and I'm getting to know personalities that are reminiscent of one another, but there's little differences, and that's nature versus nurture. Like, you're gonna be a certain way based on how you was already gonna be, but there are certain things in your life that'll shape you to react a certain way. And it's like, I wouldn't expect nobody to understand me better than this woman right here, because my best friend has left this earth, and you know what I'm saying, she's seen the atmosphere and the environment that I came from. She understands why my mouth like this. But you don't have the time. You don't have the time to do that with everyone. So for me, it's like, everybody is the star of their own show. You got to think. The way you think in your mind, that's how everybody thinks to themselves. Everybody's player one in their game. To them, you're the guest star. You know what I'm saying? Even
my grandma told me before she passed, and I told her it was like a news break when she told me. I think I was about 15, 16. She was like, what you have to understand is everybody's heart is not yours. Their heart is not going to be like this. And believe it or not, I was looking at her like, I didn't want to call my grandma a lie, but I was like, I know you lying. Like, no, everybody is like, we kumbaya. We want peace and happiness and hugs and kisses. And
you got a different soul. You got a different soul. That's the
crazy.
thing.
I
yeah,
want
that you need to get it from the heart, because I be thinking about the brain.
Man, what's that store? It ain't necessarily the side. I think it's on the dark side, behind them apartments. You can get to it from Oak Ridge or whatever. But anywho, I was at that store one day and I came out and there's an old ass lady, and it's hot. It's summertime. But she got on like 3 different knitted sweaters or whatever. And this lady just looked at me, and I thought she was for the average one. She said, "You got it." I thought I had something. She said, "You got that it factor." And I'm like listening to this lady, and you got that it factor. And when you figure out that you got it, ain't nobody gonna be able to stop you. I'm on the south side of Albany. I'm geeked up. I am geeked up out my mind. But that shit stuck with me. And when I figured out what she was talking about, I know I got it. I haven't figured out how to apply it correctly. The most that I'm doing is rapping and shit right now and being on camera. But I know, for some reason, when I talk, people want to hear it or whatever. And everybody ain't got that. Everybody, like, we're wired different. We're built different. Like, when people come around me and they feel a type of way, I start feeling it too. I hate that shit.
I embraced my purpose 5 years ago, because I never. I was at my house.
I know. You see the hair rap.
He's so stupid.
She would have liked the sage now.
No, I'm serious about the most.
Speak about your purpose, sister.
I'm not gonna play with you, no. But I remember being up here at my mom's house, and I was like, I was trying to do so much stuff, and I was just getting brick walls. I used to cry myself to sleep, and I'd be like, "What is my purpose? Why do you have me here? What do you want from me? Like, what am I here for?" And like I said, from Albany all the way to Cali, I'm always taking in motherfucking strays and shit. And I had to realize the glass bug had me feeling like, bitch, I help you find a hotel room. You can't come here. What it is, I didn't want to help people no more. But with the heart that I got, that is who he has me to be. I just have to find a different way to do it. I can't bring you into my space and just consume helping you. You got to want to help yourself, first of all. I can be here to listen. I can be here to guide. But now, you can call this the woke piece and the purpose. I am focusing more on self because I help everybody else. And after I help everybody, I see them walk off and stick the loot, and they happy and they healed and they fixed. And I'm sitting here like, well, that was easy. Who gonna fix me? So I have to put that same energy.
That's something I had to learn as well. Like, I know that I'm a healer, but I noticed that, excuse me, I don't just attract broken people. I attract people who have a void, whether they're missing something in their life or someone in their life, and they use me to fill it. And by the time that I got used to it, so I knew that they would leave, and I would prepare myself for it. I started preparing people for it. I knew that I was just the one-stop shop or whatever. So by the time the people would leave, they would leave more whole than they were when they came to me, because they take a piece of me with them. There's people out there, you know what I'm saying, got a little mouse. But the thing is, now I'm missing a piece.
Exactly.
And then I realized I can't keep giving me out to fix motherfuckers, because then I'm going to be one of the motherfuckers that need fixing. And then, like, for instance, Boss Lady is the first woman that I've ever been attracted to, has been attracted to me or whatever, that has no kind of sexual trauma in her life.
Honey,
like the shit was so common to me. That it was so common to me. Like, every female, like, oh, so and so touched me at this, and they felt comfortable telling me. It was like I expected it. So, and then one day I just looked at it. I was like, so ain't nobody ever? She was like, nah, nigga, I wish the fuck they would. I was like, oh my god, just, you know what I'm saying? But like, it shouldn't be like that. But that's how it is. And it's like, that's what made me clean to her so hard too, because she didn't come to me to get fixed. None of that. She just fucked with me, Virginia. You know what I'm saying? But after that, I seen that, because like, we're a unit. So the energy that it takes from me, it takes from her too. So that's when I was like, nah, I can't.
I gotta catch what you said. You say she didn't come to you to get fixed. Now, I want to speak on that, because you saying that is what a lot of people use in a sense for people that have been through it. I don't like when people, and that's why I wrote it in my book. If you read the book, it is. I'm so tired of trying to make other people comfortable with talking about things that happened to them in their childhood trauma. I'm cool with it, but it kicks me back in my face when people take that as a vulnerability. They feel as though, because I shared it with you, I want you to fix me. You can't fix me unless you plan on being a stand-up good ass nigga. Because doing the same fuck shit I done had before, that's not gonna fix me. That's gonna make me, if I done came to this point and now I'm ready to move forward with you, that means I done healed myself as much as I can heal me. Either come hold my hand, and now while you helping me heal, I'm helping you heal. I'm teaching you some shit that you ain't never been. You showing me some shit I ain't never seen. But if you still gonna do the same shit, you gotta leave folks alone, because people don't realize the backlash of that double trauma on people in the middle of healing.
Two sides of the same coin.
That's scary. That shit is scary. When you're in the middle of healing and somebody does something to throw you back.
Yeah, it's like trying to force you to talk about it and also saying, get over it. I feel like that's two sides of the same coin. Like, don't tell me how to deal with my trauma.
About it, and they hear you.
What I was saying to Boss Lady is like, that sounds like two sides of the same coin. It's the other thing that you don't like, is when people tell you to get over it.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, telling you to get over it, and also trying to make you talk about it and trying to figure out how to fix it or whatever, blah blah. That's the same thing. to me.
Now, I chose to start talking about it when I wrote my book because I know it again, part of my purpose.
But that's you fixing you on your own time. When somebody else is trying to do it, that's what makes it uncomfortable. Like, leave me alone. I was good when you found me.
But I
Don't
also
try to fix me. Or
people out there sitting, and I know for a fact I will always keep them
put it
anonymous.
out.
But there are people out there that have reached out to me once I put it out there and talked about it in the book and on the podcast. There are people that want to talk about this, but they're still concerned with what the people will say, whether it's family members, whether it's whatever. And that's why I don't mind talking, because even I tell you, a lot of time I don't talk about it on this podcast with y'all, and after I done got out, I've had to go recharge. But at the same time, if it means getting to somebody else out there or reaching to somebody else and letting them know it is okay to talk about it, I'll take that for the team. Because again, I feel like that's part of my purpose as a healer.
But you're doing it for you're doing it on your own time though. Like it's not forced. Ain't nobody trying to coax it out of you.
I just know
ain't nobody telling you to shut up about it. Like
the less that it'll bother me. The more that I get comfortable with it, the more that I normalize, because it took me years to normalize. But the more that I express it, I'll get more cool with it. It won't be so heavy.
What you doing?
Oh. So, hold on, because I wanted to go back to... Okay, so when you were like, that people, they come to you and they take pieces of you, or whatever, and you were like, Climaxxx, that, you know, you were letting people into your space, and it was becoming like all encapsulating, like you trying to...
And when they leave, you gotta
become a... Yeah. Right, but like, I think it goes back to like, first, me personally, and I guess I get this from my mom. My mom is her own little personal fountain of what she needs to be great. Like, she just spouts it from herself every morning, and it covers her, and she goes on about the day, and that's how she's gonna feel or whatever. And so you have to make sure that you spout your own first before you can ever, can't light a candle, can't light somebody else's candle.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Can't pour from an empty cup, all the things that mean that, or whatever. But like, what were you talking about last time? Because I just got lost.
No, but that goes back to what I said about
the pieces of yourself.
Fix yourself. And
right.
see,
but see, I don't think that anybody can fix anybody. That's what I was gonna say. I don't think anybody can fix anybody. I have never tried to fix anybody. If you fix yourself based on something that you learned from me, that's great. But I'm not giving it to you. Like, I'm not trying to fix you.
I feel like the desire to fix people is something that needs to be fixed. Like I know that for myself. Like I've had so many issues that I focus on what's going on with you, what's going on with you, what's going on with you, so I don't have to focus on what's going on with me. And I feel like people that's really, really focused on trying to make sure you didn't fix some shit that you already passed. What the fuck wrong with you that you're not trying to deal with? Like the fact that you can't fix other people, and we know that. People that still try to fix other people, I feel like that's something that they need to fix within themselves. Like, why are you leaning on... You're leaning on other people's dependency. You're depending on other people depending on you.
I know a couple people like that.
Like, there is a... I don't even know how to say it right, but it's a dependency on dependency. Like, I need you to need me in order for me to feel like me.
This gonna sound crazy to some. I was in a relationship once, and
oh wow, shit, god damn.
Once upon a time.
What?
Yesteryear.
It had to be before the sister locks. That was a whole nother.
Yeah, that was a whole nother just version.
Once upon a time. Once upon a time, not long ago.
I was a hoe, and I'm in
it.
But no, I've had a relationship to where long story short, they weren't shit. But in the midst of that,
I've heard this one before. I've
had come in this stupid. I have premonition. That's the part because I really go. I'm known as a conspiracy theorist and all that stuff. But no,
Ooh, I hate that. I hate that about Pisces though.
and just because I act ratchet, I have a real strong communication. But I have premonitions. It's not the first and probably won't be the last one. But I gave them the benefit of the doubt. Those the one that said they got schizophrenia. they may need their own space. And that was the phrase that they used. But and I gave you that. I believe in gave you that space because I normalize mental health. If that's what it is, you got it. And it went like 2-3 weeks. I didn't hear from a person, hear from them, and I was like, "No, I'm gonna give you the best of my eye. You're gonna be okay. You're just going through what you're going through." Woosah. I woke up one morning and my heart was like you hear that a friend or a relative has passed. My heart was just like, "Oh my God." Instead of seeking to find out what was going on with me, I picked up the phone. Something was wrong with people around me. I have to call and check on everybody.
I was like that in 2015. That shit's
I
happening.
called every friend. You okay? If you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. Just let me know you okay. My friend girl was like, "There's nothing wrong with me." Like, "I'm good. You good?" I'm like, okay. Love you. Gotta call you back. Gotta go to the next person. You okay? And I did this all morning. And I was like, "Okay, God, I don't know what you're trying to show me. I know what you're trying to tell me, but okay, it'll happen today, whatever." I went to the store. Y'all know I get in my box where I play my gospel music in the car. I'm then going to the store, listening to my music. Better Days is my favorite song. I'm listening to it. Went to the grocery store. Everything's fine. On the way back, I'm listening to Better Days. I'm singing my
She
heart
started
out.
crying.
And the tears coming out of the light. And I'm
Okay,
like,
I was about to say this story sounds familiar. Damn.
and right then and there, I said, "It's me." Damn.
It's not you. It's me. Y'all go get that album.
It's me. And I went home, and I won't say her name, but then old Reddit called me, was like, "I gotta go ahead and tell you, songs on the line, and you this whole time they married, they did this, whole shit, everything just hit the fan." Sometimes, and let me take that back, because before I got home, when I realized it was me, I told him to reveal it to me. And sometimes when you ask for stuff, you gotta be prepared to receive what it is you get. If you ain't gonna be prepared, don't even ask for the revelation, because it ain't always gonna be good. It ain't always gonna be good. You got to also, when you get that answer, if it's the answer, because y'all also know with my fiance. I told you, God told me to cut that off. Whew, baby, I still rock my ring from time to time. But I went in the bathroom and I was like, I'm about to be married, God. I'm gonna be somebody's wife. And just like my best friend or my brother in my ear, I heard it loud as hell. That is not who I have to be your husband. I'm just like, imagine sitting on your toilet, looking at your new engagement ring, and a nigga getting your voice that's supposed to be whispering, and you hear this shit like thunder. That is
And you
not.
thought you was finished shitting. A new turd.
I wasn't using the bathroom. I was sitting on top of the toilet.
Yeah, nah, fuck that. Yeah, you use the bathroom after that.
But I was like, God, I know I'm not supposed to question you, but are you sure? And it was kind of like he was like, "Let me watch this." So when that person left, my fiance didn't play. I didn't talk to him for about 2 weeks. Niggas be getting scared. I don't know. After that, I typed the text to Dear John, basically like, "I don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna keep my ring." And I blocked you on everything. So right after that, my car settlement came in from the car wreck. Income tax came, like, job, everything just. I was like, "Oh God, who else want me to cut off?" My mama acting right. Buddy, I want the more doors open. Who you need? Here go the whole list. Tell me who to cut off. If y'all are just joining on Instagram, this is the Climaxxx Zone. We are streaming live. I have the Joneses over here on this screen. Y'all can't see them, but you can hear them. All right. But yes, be mindful and be ready.
That's why I have a personal beef with Pisces. Like, I love them as, they'd be cool or whatever. But like, whenever I was back in the dating scene, if you was a Pisces, I would have cut it off immediately. Like you just made the cut.
It's
'Cause
more like Chucky and
I
Chucky
I
Rabbit.
nah I dated a Pisces and we was together for years. Everything was awesome. Like mind you, we melded together, meshed together, whatever the fuck the word is. Cancer and Pisces supposed to go together, but at the time I didn't know nothing about astrology, how it worked like that. I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't
I
know.
was gonna say Cancer and Pisces go together. I just want to
She they're supposed to be compatible, but she used to dream things,
Saturday.
and she would tell me about her dreams, and they could be real vivid. And then one day we was at a party with Wi-Fi, and was chilling. The stripper pole, bitch fell, ha ha ha. And she said, "Babe, I've seen this before. We need to leave right now." Me, just being smart, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna play with that. Let's go. I grab my boy Wi-Fi. I'm like, look, I don't know why, but we need to leave right now. He's like, all right, cool. We leave. By the time we get to the end of the street, we see 12 cars coming to circle the block. Like they got the block blocked off. It's police coming everywhere. They were coming to that party. Apparently, she had already saw that. A couple instances happened like that. So one day, I woke up and this bitch was just looking at me, just mad. And I'm like, what the fuck? She's like, mm-hmm. So it took me all day, but I found out that she had a dream that I fucked somebody else, and she was mad at me about it. And I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna be mad at me about a bitch? I don't even know who this bitch is. I'm when I found out who the bitch was and the reason why she had the dream, it was some shit that she put into motion. It was like a That's So Raven episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she hadn't said nothing, I probably would have never fucked that bitch. I probably would have never met the bitch or nothing like that. But that right there, it was like, maybe, because you hear about it all the time. Nigga be like, oh, my bitch beat me up because she had a dream of her. Most of them bitches is probably Pisces or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't.
Look at her face.
I don't need that kind of issue. You know what I'm saying? She already got a wild imagination. She will sit here and just look at me and be like, I wish a bitch would. And she done had a whole scenario where somebody thought I was cute and she had to check their ass because I didn't notice it. And it's like, and she made it real to herself. But, hey.
Over here on Instagram, Mr. Louis Bag said he can't be in a relationship with a Gemini.
I love Geminis.
I mean, I love them as friends, but I know that I got two friends in one when I'm dealing with a Gemini.
My ex-fiance was a Gemini.
I feel like the people that love Geminis are actively aware that they are dealing with multiple personalities.
I'm not actually aware. My ex-fiance was a Gemini. My current...
Nigga, you are actively multiple personalities. How you gonna be mad? Like Pisces and Gemini should get along. The duality should. It's either gonna clash or it's gonna mesh. Is that the word I'm trying to use? Mesh.
I love them.
Mesh.
It's just that.
You love them to pieces. Which pieces?
Oh, I know. Shit, I'll never know which one. They hard to read.
Nobody likes Geminis, and I don't know why.
I
love Geminis. Like all of my best friends are Gemini. Justin's a Gemini.
But they hard.
You remember Ray Ray? She was a Gemini, huh?
All of my exes were Geminis.
That's weird.
They be quiet and standoffish and mean as hell.
My ex before you was a Gemini.
But can we stop calling Pisces crazy? How about we stand the fuck on this shit?
What we're not finna do is just
Pisces crazy. I
just lie.
My little brother is a Pisces. Oh, I mean,
that motherfucker crazy.
Do I think that he has potential to do?
I love bro to death.
To do something like
that.
That?
No,
I mean, yeah,
y'all are two sides of the same coin, and both of y'all is off your rocker. Fuck you mean?
Calling Pisces crazy. That's what I do.
You crazy? I'm gonna say what the hell I say, and I die on it. Matter of fact,
and get to your ass. But I'm saying, y'all.
You know, I used to be real reckless with the B word. I'm bitch this, bitch that. I had a bitch put a knife to my chest and say, "Call me a bitch again." I said, "Bro, come get this bitch." That bitch was a Pisces.
It depends on how the bitch came out and at what point in time.
You just heard how I said it. Bro, this bitch got a knife to my chest. Does this bitch not have a knife to my... This bitch did have a knife to my chest. You still mad about bitch, but bitch, you got a knife to my chest. Speaking of which, man, I had a bitch get mad
Your
about
Gemini
being
is
called
female.
ma'am.
Oh, yeah, they believe it. Oh, really? The ma'am? Are we going there with the ma'am?
I mean,
Don't call me
shit.
no motherfucking ma'am, Pat.
Don't call me no motherfucking man. Well, I could have called you anything, or I could have called you bitch.
Did you witness that?
Yes,
Remember she came in for the great debate.
What?
I even made the nigga talking about your booty.
She came in there before the girl left.
I know that she left. I was like,
no, she came in there. She was in there sitting down before the girl left.
Oh, I didn't know you came in before that.
Oh, you came after she left? I thought you saw her leave.
She was in the bed.
Yeah, see, she came after. See?
Yeah, she was in the bed the whole time.
So mad because I even brought it up when he was talking about a bitch nick his boot hole, and I was like, ooh.
Oh yeah, he was.
Oh.
Like, nigga,
He
you
was heated about that. I mean, he felt strongly about it. He felt strongly about that. I ain't gonna say he was heated. He felt strongly about that, but he's an animated person. He's an animated person, but everything he say is extra.
You was happy that she licked your boot hole?
I mean, if that's what you like, that's what you like.
Literally.
Leave the toes alone, man.
Then you gonna call this girl a ma'am. Bitch, you should be mad somebody. You should be glad about calling you shit mouth.
I don't know if I told you or not. After the fact, like a couple weeks later, I found out the real reason why she was upset about the word ma'am. She's like 43, 44.
I'm 42. I've been in customer service since 15. People
She's white. She's white. She's a bartender in Vegas. She's white. She's a bartender in Vegas. She bought her titties and she's hanging around a younger crowd. She does not want to be portrayed as an older white lady. You know what I'm saying? That's her thing. I'm not saying it's okay. The bitch was old. Ma'am, everybody is a ma'am. What?
Oh, no. Mr. Lomax said, y'all women sneaky with the head. First of all, where did that come from? And second of all, what do you mean, per se?
Sneaky with the head?
I done had a few chicks sneak down to the booty.
Oh, with the booty licking.
You, sir, are a victim.
Hear it. Go ahead and sign you a me too.
First of all, the first time you were a victim. After that, if you hadn't said anything to them yet, and it happened a few times, I think you like it. Because if a few of them tried it, one, you're attracted to a certain type of female.
He said it.
Two, maybe you're positioning yourself in an inviting way. You ever thought about that? Why are your legs up while you getting your dick sucked, sir?
Right, because how can you just...
You know what? I love you guys. When I came up in this thing, I don't know whether... And y'all done made me bounce back like, come on, I love y'all.
Hey.
How you gonna be under the weather and you in here looking like the motherfucking sunshine?
Right, with the...
You really looking radiant.
Sunshine.
Here it is.
I love y'all. But no, here's the disclaimer. I don't eat ass. I don't eat ass.
What?
Here's the disclaimer.
What? Oh, I forgot what we was talking about before.
Booty hole.
Nah, yeah. Nah.
And I don't have to have my list. I mean, I ain't gonna stop if you want.
I don't hate on nobody that like that. It ain't for me. But hey, if that's what it is for you, do what you do. What happened in your bedroom? I don't give a fuck. What you fuck don't make me nut. I don't care. Now I ain't gonna act like I ain't curious. If you upload the shit, I might watch it.
Well, I mean, that's just like with me. I like porn. I watch anal sex, but I won't do
I
it.
watch porn and it's not even turning me on. Sometimes I'll be like, wow, people really be out here fucking, bro. Like, people really be fucking.
I'd be amazed at how the boot hole stretches.
Well, there's that. But it's also, to me, it's like I see the different types of people that be fucking, and it be like nurses, aunties, uncles, and like it make you look at people different. Like you supposed, I say when you're nervous, you're supposed to look at the crowd and imagine them naked. Well, now half of them got OnlyFans, and if you got a Twitter, shit, you didn't see them more than naked. You didn't see them fucking. I had to unfollow a bitch because I used to follow her because she used to say cool things because she's a teacher. Then she changed her name to My Teacher Is a Freak, and I didn't know why. Her pictures got provocative. I was here for it. Then she just got her OnlyFans, and I was thinking like, maybe she retired from teaching. No.
I realized watching anal porn is that it's not for me, because the only thing I could envision, and probably because I was smoking while I was watching it, but if you pass gas or think that you gotta pass gas and you really gotta shit, like I can imagine, like I be waiting, because and I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm just gonna keep 100 without people.
Corn.
A little sticky for Instagram. I'm gonna keep fucking with their ass. They're not gonna know. But
you gonna keep fucking with that?
Y'all guys go to YouTube to watch this shit. I'm gonna wait till we move to another subject, and then I'm gonna put it on half-ass to the snippet. But no, what I realized was, is a lot of black people don't do shit like, when you see porn, they do professional shit. They probably got the anal cleaner. They probably, cleaning everything. When black folks do some shit, they just do it. So my biggest thing is, if I was doing anal, if you pull out and I look back at that condom and shitty, I'm gonna look at you like you're a nasty. I ain't gonna even look at, and it's coming from me, but I'm gonna look at you, because you in a
I have my cousin to thank for this knowledge. People that do anal on the regular, which are usually either porn stars or gay men, when they know they're going to engage in that activity, they're taking enema.
But you hear what I think.
Right, she's talking about the people who are just doing it.
Yeah, that's another level of savagery right there.
Because they should take the time to do that, because that should all be wrapped into like hygiene. Like if you decide that you want to try anal sex, like,
bro, you can't wine and dine a bitch and then just go for the booty hole. Because what did y'all eat? What if y'all ate Chipotle? You living dangerously.
I've had a nigga ask me about anal before, and this was just at the spur of the moment. And I'm just like,
spur of the moment.
No, sir, you were supposed to ask this while the sun was still up. We had to think about this, prepare for this. Like this takes.
My answer is always the same. It was the same when he asked me when I was in my 20s.
Because obviously he was thinking with his dick. Because even the most rational male will know that it's gonna feel good if you put it in her butt. But then what? When you pull it out, then what?
If I can't put it up in your ass, you can't put nothing up in mine. You go first.
That don't even make no sense. That don't make no sense.
Our ass is both tight. Nigga, let's break this virginity together.
That don't make
no sense. Idea, so therefore you go first.
You said don't even make
she said
no
you
sense.
go first.
Let's go to the store.
That don't make no sense.
Double-sided dildo. Let's go.
Because why is we going to buy dick?
Why is he asking about my booty hole?
Because it winked at me.
Keep your eyes closed.
Fuck you mean? Do you know what that would mentally do to a woman if every time she fucked her man, this nigga kept his eyes closed? She could be like, nigga, what's going on?
Nigga, if you hitting it from the back, my eyes closed. I don't see you don't see me.
First of all, you right. So how you gonna know if his eyes closed and the booty hole wink? Why is the booty hole winking?
Your eyes
came up with that phrase.
What, the wink?
Yeah.
Well, it looked like an eye. First of all, it was obviously a man. It looked like an eye. It's the brown eye.
And you keep asking me about this booty hole. You gonna have to give up yours.
Then we like to do stupid shit. We like to do stupid shit like while we stroking, we like to spread the cheeks.
Let's talk about that.
Like I already know you can't spread them bitches too far. That shit probably hurt.
It does. I'm glad I'm grown.
You better rip a bitch booty apart, bro. What you doing?
You got to at the right position.
I ain't had sex going on a year now, but I'm glad that I'm grown, because the younger
look, as a professional, you got to reach under and grab where the cuff of the booty is. That cuff of the booty, when you're hitting it from the back, the cuff of the booty should be hitting you somewhere in the pelvis. So you should easily be able to reach down there and grab that, and that's where you. And then from there, you can.
I used to
you know what I'm saying?
I need to just be letting the relationship. You be
But
letting
it's weird to me is why are we spreading the cheeks? Because now we don't get to see the meat move. Oh, we're spreading the cheeks so we can look at your booty hole. That's exactly why.
the shit used to get wild.
Yeah, well, yeah, we get one. We get like a half an inch more.
Man,
Two,
giving
you
out
get to watch it go in and out. Well,
Giving out paper cut.
real niggas do. I don't know about the rest of y'all. But huh?
niggas giving out paper cut.
Yes.
Niggas giving out paper cut.
And I have heard many of stories from.
Well, that's your
all
fault for
my
being
girlfriends.
ashy.
Don't do
Why
that.
the shit dry?
No,
Not you.
No.
Not you. I'm just saying. If the skin break immediately, y'all need coconut oil in your life.
No, if you spread her cheeks that wide and you steady hitting that shit is gonna have a paper cut. You
Niggas-
gotta walk around with it now.
Right.
Niggas-
Plus with
niggas-
like
niggas
the
be
aggressive.
autism or whatever from like what's
You don't
happening.
understand the testosterone be flowing. Nigga be conquered. Ah.
I wonder what happened when she stepped on
Ah.
But it wouldn't happen if you just.
These are the
spread
same
cheeks
women
in
that
a
want to
way.
be choked and want their shit pounded.
Ain't nothing wrong with choking, first of all.
There's something wrong.
Because if you choke me, I'm on my back. You ain't pushing no booty to the side. I'm on my back.
You can choke a bitch from the front.
I'm telling you how
From the
to
back.
fuck. I'm saying I'm on my back. Mind you,
Yeah,
this
that's
ass
a lot.
ratio is way different from the normal bitch.
That's a lot. That nigga gonna have to be Mr.
You
Fantastic.
right. And you can't reach
I
around.
was
It's so easy.
very
It's
excited
so
and
easy.
blessed to see that ass in real life.
Hold on. Say that again, man.
I was very excited and blessed to see that ass in real life.
That ass is a monument. That
Disclaimer.
ass is a
But
national
that sounded
treasure.
that sounded real grown the way she said it in her sexy voice.
That she
Is
was.
this my sexy voice?
I was blessed and happy
Am I talking
that ass
sexy?
in real life. She made it seem like I just got butt naked and just showed my ass.
Oh no! I got
no.
to see it in a sundress with
the split.
splits.
Ooh.
You did see that ass.
And it wasn't no regular sun. This was Nevada sun, nigga. Fuck you talking about?
in the
Yeah.
Vegas light.
It was glorious.
The problem for me is she holding conversation and the whole time her titties is like a waterbed. They can't decide where they want to sit in the top of the V. They were just, yeah, nigga. We right here too, nigga. Yeah, concentrate. I was like that TikTok. I just damn. Damn. Like for real, like god damn. Just titty. Get them titties out of here.
No, not right now.
No, not now, nigga has on a black t-shirt. If you tittying right now, you doing too much with the titties.
I was
for
laughing.
free.
I didn't want them to start jumping while I was laughing.
This is just Climaxxx.
If they jump up out the
appreciation.
neck, nigga, you know how hard you got to laugh for the titty to jump up out the neck of a regular collar shirt?
But that's why I said. I want to bring something else to the table. Captain, when we airing this.
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't. Something's telling me just that I don't want to engage in this conversation. I'm something just.
No. What I was gonna say is, where does this fable come in the world? Because I think I've been tried a couple of times, and it's always funny. And they always, you know how you play a game, how motherfuckers playing a game, a video game, and they think this cheat code gonna work, and then when it don't work, motherfuckers wanna turn the whole game off because the cheat code didn't work, so they can't play the game no more. I have been tried on a couple of occasions, and I just want, before I go any further, I want to say this. Fuck a disclaimer. All my big bitches of America, I need you bitches to stand up and be more confident ASAP, because y'all fucking it up for me. Now, back to what I was going to say. Why do men, thank you, I'm not going to this now, but why do men approach big girls assuming that they have low self-esteem and that they just want to be with somebody so bad that they take the bullshit?
I think that's a West Coast thing because everybody on the West Coast is super duper fit and fine or whatever. I think that's a West Coast thing because the respect level for the BBW over here, you're not seeing that over here. Niggas might holler at a skinny bitch, hey, look that, whatever, but you know.
I have a lot of friends on that side. That's where I get this information. That's what I'm saying. I have not been. I think in my younger time or my time when I was home in Georgia.
Wait, where are they? These friends you told me, where are they?
They're in Georgia.
That's
Others
what it's just that's not the scene or the
Yeah.
story like it's just it's really known that a big girl finna have all the confidence. You better have your shit together if you approach a big
Bro,
girl.
I was just talking to Kenny the other day. He said, bro, these big bitches is getting too bold. Bitch walked up to me the other day. She was like, I could tell that you have a girl by the way you carry yourself, but I don't care. I want to suck your dick. And he was like, excuse me, ma'am. And he was like, how are we supposed, we're not built to turn that down. And I was like, bruh, this is why I stay in the crib. But it was like, he was like, bro, these big bitches getting bold. And I was like, but did you turn it down? He was like, so anyway, he never answered the question. So, but
real talk, I'm tired of the face picture. Let a nigga see the whole package, and BBW should have high self-esteem. I mean, now
All the big women that I know got all the self
if I
esteem.
go back to what he said about the West Coast, now I will say the ones I've seen here, yes, they're sugar mamas. They're sugar mamas. I mean, when I first moved up here, niggas they did approach me, and I was like, "So what you do for a living?" He was like, "Oh, I'm stay at home mom. I'm a stay at home dad."
but what do you do while you're at home?
That means, I mean, I keep my kids while when my baby mom had to bring the kids to my house while she worked.
But what do you
What
do?
you do? Like, even when I was at Best Buy and I used to ask guys, like I told you, out here, that's probably why I had. And I'm not gonna knock all of them because I don't get out of it to just friends. But these niggas don't have balls. Like a couple came in the store. Do you want to get a Best Buy credit card? And he got to open his mouth, and the female, which is a Hispanic girl, she said, no. She looked at his, no. And he looked at me like, no, I'm not going to do it. I didn't think
Oh, whoa! You say Hispanic girl? That's a different case because I've dealt with enough of them to know it's like some niggas that's a trauma. Like it's like one, she could call the police, I'ma lose. Two, she could cut me, which she's probably done before or whatever. Three, it's some bitches out here that be beating niggas up. That's a thing too. I've seen it before. I've had a motherfucker come get your homeboy. The girl called me, come get your homeboy. I walked in, she got his feet off the ground like this far.
Damn.
Huh? But I'm saying she got him held up. She said, "Come get your homeboy." And when she called me and she sounded distressed, it sounded like she was being attacked. Come get your homeboy. But when she said, "Come get your homeboy," I didn't know she meant come get this nigga before I kill him. Like that. That's
Put his ass up off the ground.
so normalize knowing that niggas is victims too.
Well,
that's all I'm saying.
Bitches that have been that way and they change trying to be for the better, but
Shut your bully ass up. You different because you don't even need a reason. You don't even need a reason. You'll beat a nigga up just because.
I will not. I'm nice, y'all. No, I'm not nice, but I'm not a bully. That was funny. I'm not a bully. I don't wake up every day and be like, oh, let me look at that color. Who am I making?
You wake up every day and anybody can get it. Ain't no names on this shit. That's a bully.
Freefall.
Takes one.
I don't know how to feel. Get the fuck out. That would be racist and intolerant.
No, equality.
Hey, I don't know you, so I'm not gonna. Can you move to the side? We'll get the next person. No!
What you bitch at?
That wouldn't be fair. And then that person will walk in and be like, she must don't like me because she ain't saying nothing to me.
Anything else would be un-American.
You have to worry about that. Okay. Let's start normalizing the fact that the stuff that we say people be hating about, it ain't really hate. It's racist amongst our own goddamn color. How about that? Boom. Ain't nobody hating. They just being a fucking racist against their own. Because you know what? When Keisha around the corner, and I said it before, when Keisha around the corner getting her ass beat by Juju or JJ or whoever, it's like, oh, ain't no business not to say that. But if Keisha's boyfriend name was Michael or Ken with blonde hair, everybody and their mama be around trying to beat that man ass. What's the difference?
He white.
So if a white person harms somebody, it's Black Lives Matter. If a black person harms another black person, what is it?
Nigga, come on.
Make it make sense.
No, that was my answer. Nigga, come on.
That's crazy.
I didn't say it was right.
I want to see the same motherfucking riot and looting when Junebug bust Keisha side her head of domestic violence. Everybody say, oh, people.
Okay, but do you know how tired niggas would be?
Well, no, because I feel like, unfortunately, things like that are happening every day.
Like, for real?
There are tiny, like, resistances of their own. Like, if you was to know about somebody attacking, you know, let's say Ezra was getting beat up by his, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, you would go do something about that. You would make your stand about how you felt about what they did that was wrong in your own right. And so it might not be that 10 people in the neighborhood had to get together to say that it was wrong. Like, that one person, like, they made their stand on that and made that,
I see what she's saying.
that possible difference that could be the
Publicity.
butterfly effect.
Publicity is one thing.
Publicity is one thing, but like,
it's a lot of shit that go on.
But I feel like I feel like it's all the little tiny instances that are going to make the big difference in the world anyway.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to be ready to go to war. And don't get me wrong, because like I said, I ain't going to just leave the domestic violence.
I'm saying though, but as far as publicity is concerned, like when you see some shit that goes on in the neighborhood in Atlanta, the reason why you see it is because it makes sense for them to report it, because it gets them more ratings. And the only thing that makes more sense for them to report is not the everyday blacks on blacks killing, but when a white person do finally commit a crime, niggas mad about that. Now, never mind the march that we got going on about Keyshawn and them, whatever. Never mind that march that we, you know what I'm saying, about the Ray and Keyshawn beef that we been had going on, the t-shirts that we made. They ain't got no news on that. But as soon as Arnold comes over here and do some shit, and we show a little attention to that, the media comes for that.
And see, that's what I'm saying.
That's the problem. It's not the people on that. That's the problem. That's the media. It's because that's what gets the ratings. That's what people watch. That's what people feed into.
When a conflict. Black person kills a black person, there's a rest in peace hashtag and a t-shirt.
No. That's what I'm saying. In some of these neighborhoods, it be a lot of the same energy. They be marching for it to change. They be marching for these young niggas to quit. That's why in Atlanta, a lot of these kids out here be selling the water and whatnot. They actually LLC that. They got the t-shirts that say, I can't remember the name, but shout out to them. They actually LLC that gave these little niggas jobs so they would stop doing the dumb shit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's shit in motion for it, but they don't get no notoriety. Like, you've heard more about the niggas selling water committing crimes than you have about the actual business that they made out of it.
People confuse black culture with gang culture. It's your responsibility to protect your neighborhood and the people in it. Yeah.
I mean, but there are gangs in other cultures too. I don't feel like that's the thing is people attach black unity to gang culture. The minute that we actually all agree on something, then we become a threat. No matter how many of us is.
I think if people understood the power that we have to unite.
I mean, everybody understands it but us.
But then you have
that's the reason why they keep us divided. But the moment that we get together, like everybody else is, we become a threat.
Or somebody gets a little more light than the other one. Now it's a whole problem. They don't want to put it on. And it's enough light to shine on everybody. But like I said, that's why I be in my little bubble, because I'm tired of hearing it. People think it's snitching, but I think there are circumstances where it applies.
I feel like
I don't know.
There's like, cause we all had grandma them telling us what tattletelling is, and tattletelling is when you keep so and so did this, even you know that was wrong that happened and you saw it. Cool, you telling that though. What did that change? You want me to come out there and whoop their ass? No, quit telling me that. Now if so and so done stole some shit and like as little kids, you done really did some shit. Yeah, you can come tell me that, but it's the same as crying wolf. Don't
ain't gonna
call me
come
for
to me
nothing.
unless I
Yeah, don't come to me for nothing. So I feel like snitching, like it's a fine line between snitching and actually letting the law do what the fuck they supposed to do.
snitching.
I'm grown as fuck. I have my past or whatever. I have a family to protect. You touch anything in this, first of all, I'm gonna do what I do. But as soon as I calm down and get my bearings, I'm calling the police. This is what we pay taxes for. Fuck that.
If
Fuck
you
you mean?
to gain something, no, you a rat.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because that shit was fucked up and you saw a motherfucker actually come here and pull the trigger and hurt somebody that you know, or if you was right there and you know that shit was dead wrong, you're not gonna stand there and witness a murder. Nigga, I know the color of your shoes, your jersey, your stuff, and the car you just rolled off in the tag. And
The line between snitching, the line between snitching and being a good Samaritan is not as fine as people think it is. It's not. It's like sometimes you're doing the fucking right thing. Like it's just some shit you know. Like you can't let that slide.
I stay out the way. I do my dirt alone, and I stay out the way.
I mean, I do too. But if you happen to be around me in my shit, and I'm telling. For somebody else do. Cause now I got to go talk about no. I'm gonna get ahead of it.
I'm telling.
Fuck that. Don't come here with that bullshit.
You know I saw you.
Niggas is grown, bro. Ain't nobody trying to be in the system at this age in their life.
I done been there and I ain't going back.
Right. Ain't nothing cool about it. It ain't fun. It's tiring. And it costs a lot of money.
You don't do something to my baby. Approach her anyway. Threaten my seed to the point where you finna do bodily harm to her. You best believe I'm gonna send you back to the same thing.
That's different. That's different. Motherfuckers take that ride about that. But other than that,
that's why I said I think it's good in a sense. That's another thing I'm gonna talk about because I'm happy. I don't have an issue with my baby being home from school. A lot of people do have an issue with their kids being home from school. They want to send their kids back to school. Hey, I'm not knocking that. If that's what you want to do, that's fine.
We was talking about this at the beginning of the year. Remember, motherfuckers don't like who they live with.
I'm okay, and I really
children included.
I want to be honest and say, COVID is probably saving your kids when it comes to mine. So, I think you should, if you in here and you watch it, my baby just entered middle school. I think it's great that she's home because if you know you little fuck ass kids want to try something with my baby and she hit me with that text, she already know one call, that's all. She ain't putting hands on nobody. I'm coming fighting the kids, the brother, the sister, the mama, the aunties. I'm laying all y'all ass out. She gonna go sit in the car with that bail money and come get mama after they put me in. So distance learning may be a great educational thing for the world. It may save lives, but let's still say a prayer for the kids, and this is real shit, that is at home with abusive ass parents, no food, no love, no kind of protection, and school was their safe place. I do send a prayer for them. I do feel bad for that because there's some fucked up people out here that's supposed to be parents. More worried about getting a goddamn coin, $40, $35, not, or where the next blunt gonna come from, and not, you don't want your kids at home. That's why you trying to send their ass out of school because you trying to get that nigga to come over there to give you that $40.
Right, even outside the kids, COVID taught a lot of people that they don't like who they live with. Like, there's a lot of people that don't like who they live with, whether they married or they just cohabitate. There's a lot of people that was forced to stay home and found out they don't like who they live with. It was a lot of people that was at home by themselves and found out, God damn, I don't like me.
Shout out to Mr. Louis Bags who just followed my podcast on Spotify. Appreciate it. I don't have no problem either, bro, because I was doing this before COVID happened.
Right, you already know what it is. I've been in the crib, bro. This shit just, you know what I'm saying, it look a little different. I covered it space, but
at first I was like, oh wow, now they finally get to see why I like to stay at home.
You mad because niggas is trying to capitalize on what we've been doing. Like, bitch, I've been chilling.
That's when it hit me though, and I was like, okay, Ron, you can hurry up, and this gonna hit the nerves.
That bitch got to go.
This was for the Christy Brown because I think it did when I said it at the beginning too. I love y'all. This is our sister humor. We gotta fuck our feel. I'm a red ball, so I would have been considered a house nigga. I got to the point where I felt like field niggas need to go back out to the field.
I'm
It's
saying,
crowded.
do your arm like this. Yeah, you'd have been in the kitchen. And you got the head wrap on, they'd have put you in the kitchen.
Making pancakes. Listen,
Not
it's
the
too cold
pancakes.
up in here in our house. It's time we have to go outside. We getting a little claustrophobic up in here.
She the one finna go snitch to Mister. Mister,
We,
you don't think it's a little hot with all the extras in here?
Not
hey,
hot.
I overheard somebody saying they was allowing some to go out there.
Wow. Not the runaways. You finna tell them the runaways?
So you want to go ahead and send half of them out there? Cause ain't we hot? All our lemonade getting drunk up. And it ain't got no more lemon. It means somebody will go get them.
I feel like that's another thing that we need to stop saying. Oh, it couldn't have been me. I couldn't have been one of them. But like, you can't face a one-on-one fight. But you talking about you would beat the slave on that? Like, if an entire mob of niggas was not running up on him, maybe he knew something with that whip. And you won't fight a nigga one-on-one, but you talking about you fit. All right. It get tiresome to me. Nigga talking about, nigga be like, I would have been ran away. Bruh, you can't run to the mailbox. Like, you can't, without being out of breath. Never seen you do anything cardio related.
You just brought me to another.
Niggas was in their tip top shape. Niggas was damn near super soldiers back then. All they did was work, eat, and sleep. That's it. Their bodies were. Back then, if you was big, bitch, you was meant to be big.
They could have knocked him out at any time, but them motherfuckers knew what the consequences were. Kill one, 1,000 more come. So, I mean, what was the point? But we were talking about bedrooms earlier, and I want to talk about this bedroom. Isn't it ironic that allegedly T.I. and Tiny are going through the stuff that they're going through? But they were the first ones to throw R. Kelly and Bill Cosby's asses. They were rooting, they was then guilty. Get them up out of here. Isn't it ironic that the tables have turned? How do you feel about the alleged accusation?
I feel like, one, whether it's true or not, it was coming anyway, because Tip was too vocal during the elections. I feel like that's just what they had on him to pull.
Well, didn't he do a commercial for Climaxxx?
Yeah, but even in the commercial, it was like, one, it got him out of time. It got him less time. Two, in the commercial, it's just, he didn't snitch. He's just saying, if you want to call. No, it wasn't even the hotline. The hotline wasn't for snitches. It's for what we was just talking about. Like, if my neighbor's out of town and I see somebody breaking in the house, I'm calling that hotline. That's what this hotline is for. No, not a neighborhood watch. This is a direct line to the police. Neighborhood watch will be calling the other neighbor. Hey, you see this shit?
Because it's a break-in. That's what I'm saying. So crime. Yeah, okay.
The whole thing about Crime Stoppers is, and they say it, if you're witnessing a crime, and that was the reason why they put Tip in.
Machine over there. Hold on, that's the
that's the dog.
I was like, they got a crime.
But nah.
Ears.
But no, it's like, that's the purpose of Crime Stoppers, like, and that's why they put Tip in it, to let niggas know, like, okay, snitching exists, but sometimes you might see some shit happening. Bruh, it's okay to tell on that. You ain't got, and that's what I'm saying, you ain't got to say no name. You ain't got to say none of that. Just tell us what's happening and where it's at, and they'll come. That's what they use Tip for, to make it okay for niggas to call. Because sometimes somebody need to tell, but we got it so embedded in us and like, oh, don't tell nothing. Like, niggas, there is a auntie being raped with a gun to her neck and a razor to her belly. Like, what the fuck? Like, all kind of shit be going on. It's like, well, I ain't snitching. That's stupid. It's some shit that need to be told on. Crime Stoppers exists for that. And Tip was the first person to step in front of it and be like, I'll take this opportunity, one, to get some less time on jail, and two, some shit need to be told on.
My thing is, your bedroom should be safe.
That's what safe words are for.
shouldn't your baby
Oh, you mean sacred?
make
Like no.
sacred?
Eh,
Why
they
break
had
all
they had NDAs and shit. They was already doing shit. That was all the shit.
people running their mouth? If they would have had NDA, they probably wouldn't be in this situation.
No, no. See, the thing with NDAs is NDAs have ending dates,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
you have to
Apparently, you ain't
renew them
up to those
bitches.
NDAs.
You
Okay,
got to renew
renew
them
this one.
bitches.
Let's go ahead and
So,
renew this one. Apparently, you weren't doing that, or you
but I
would.
mean, you also got to keep up with them, and
I mean, stop adding to the goddamn file. You can keep up with them. Bring
I don't
shit
know.
back.
Did you read any of the reports?
I'm still tripping out the time you come in, handing over all your shit, shoving a can of drink in your hand that already got some shit in it. I mean, you're forced to drink it. You got to drink it or you can't party. Like, I say this because after watching the R. Kelly documentary and listening to these senseless ass, scorn ass women, grown women, who thought that they pussy was made of gold and they were gonna be able to keep R. Kelly from fucking with another person, but when they walked in and thought it was okay, they saw it, they didn't like what they saw. So, or if they left, he wouldn't let your ass come back. So now it's me too. How can somebody? How can you ask somebody for permission to go pee and go eat if they on tour in another state?
See.
I didn't watch it.
First of all, I just want to say publicly while I got the attention, a pussy made out of gold wouldn't even feel good if you really think about it. Even if it was the actual natural metal gold, which is actually soft, it still wouldn't feel good. It wouldn't feel better than pussy or in the mouth. You know what I'm saying?
I don't
So
know
anyway,
what people think that they. I don't know why people.
nah, but outside of that,
pussy is
I-
not. Let's stop saying sex is the prize because that's what they think. Sex
outside
ain't
of that, no, all the shit that I read is like the you know the way they have to get interest into the parties. It's just like I really want to just introduce them to a group of people that I personally know. I swear to God, you won't have no stories ID, bitches. You can't drug a bitch that drug herself before she got there. You gonna give us some drugs? She be like, you got that from so and so, then. That shit fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's exactly what you looking for. Like, okay, so I feel like that's the problem that I have with you out here forcing bitches to do shit
Right,
where there's
there's
bitches
like
that are
whole
there.
groups of people
There are
that
droves of bitches
absolutely-
that will willingly.
He said
Yes.
just a couple of dedicated outsiders. I believe some of those women like being treated that way. There it is. My thing is the money ran out.
Yeah, because I mean,
They
people
paid
always want money. They probably were getting paid, and now they refuse.
Or you got
to pay
paid that
them.
just fine, and you had a NDA, and then you were young as fuck when it happened, not underage, but just young in your life when it happened. And then the bigger these people get, you be like, I fucked T.I. and Tiny, and I can't even tell nobody.
I don't know. I also like to look at the timing of it because the shit been going on. You just
They've been doing
chose.
this shit for years.
Yeah, you just not chose came out about it like whatever at this particular moment. Like there's a lot of shit. Like right when that happened, it was around the time when niggas was asking, "Where's Trump at?" That was right after when that first happened. When that shit was first leaked, it was around the time when people was asking, "Where's Trump at? What's he up to now?" Since he's been out of office, we ain't updated on that since. We've been more focused on other shit. It was one of the things they threw out there. It was just like I don't care if T.I. and Tiny is out here drugging bitches and fucking them, bitch.
Them folks been swinging forever.
No, because like, if we gonna come at them, then come at them.
Really?
But we don't need to have that in the news. There's a lot of shit going on. We don't care about that. He raps about it.
Because they got into an argument with that girl Sabrina. After they got into an argument with the girl Sabrina went and tried to round up all the bitches that are so-called
Fucking
victims.
Sabrina, the teenage witch.
The same bitch that Shakana said gave Tiny some head. Yeah, these are all they circle of friends. That's what I'm saying. This shit
How do
started.
we know these people? Why do people have personal?
They were
Tiny
like on
and
her
Sabrina were
Tiny
close
and
friends.
Oh, the show. I forgot they had the show. Is the show
Tiny
still
and
going
Sabrina
on?
were close friends. Tiny and Sabrina fell out about something. Shakana's the best friend who came online to defend Tiny, but should have shut the hell up because her opening her mouth opened up a can of a whole bunch of shit. And then that's when the shit hit the fan. As a friend, if you want to defend me, just defend me and say y'all wrong for saying that. Don't go into detail.
Bro, this shit take me back to the beginning of the conversation. It's like we could be mad at the stupidity of this shit, And I'm mad that it's being reported, but we have to be mad at ourselves for watching it. Like, why? And I was just about to ask you, why do we care?
How much did they talk about? How much did they talk about the trial the other day? The $27 million that was granted to the family of George Floyd. They didn't talk about that. They did. They did. I shared that live a couple of times yesterday. Nobody was just talking about that. That wasn't flagged up. Why? Because he got charged. Now they charged him, but they let the people that did Brianna.
It's tit for tat for them. Yeah. Like, all right, y'all got this, so we're gonna do this.
No, they had
to we're gonna do something to one of your heroes for every time you get a win. It's stupid. It's
they fucked over us with the Brianna case by letting that bullshit ride. So what? Now you gonna give us a George Floyd? Just like they throwing the sentence, because they hope motherfuckers will stop breaking into shit. For the record, all those people that looted in LA, I hope you do know they still gonna get y'all ass. They gonna get you. I know you waiting to wear that gear and then them shoes.
Man, that shit was wild. Like, that really happened. Niggas ran up. Look, not niggas, but niggas, you know.
Y'all was on TV. We seen y'all load y'all trunks with shoes and clothes.
There wasn't no melanin in the picture, but there was a high level of niggotry.
That's what you were riding for. That's what you got the conscious people over there actually rioting and doing their march and standing on their shit. But you use them as a distraction to go break his and shit and get some name brand clothes.
What's that shit Cat Williams said? We're gonna goddamn rebuild.
That was also said, nigga, I see you. You got the shit on your nose.
Where'd the dog go?
I'm looking at you.
What'd she just say?
I said, Cat Williams also said, white people, we see you. See that shit on your nose. Said it right here. So this goes for the fake rioters. You know we saw you
said,
right.
Where the dog is? She said, I'm looking at you. I was like, what are you trying to imply?
You
Puppy, you all right?
For the fake rioters, you know we got you on camera. We saw you.
Oh, what time is it?
I'm not going to hold y'all
for a minute.
I appreciate
we got to go.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all coming on here with me.
Nah, I ain't even tripping, bro. We look good. That's the problem. Just look at her. It's all right. But anywho, yeah, we're gonna have to get up out of here. Love y'all.
Instagram
it's
Live.
Been real. It's been fun.
All of this podcast on YouTube, and you can check it out on my Anchor podcast and Spotify. Thank you guys for joining me. I really, really, really appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you later. Let me do this little. Yeah, I gotta leave out there. Y'all can leave and y'all get ready. I gotta end with my intro, outro. Yeah, you know what it is. It's your Miss Climaxxx. Yes, baby. The best podcast out there. Sitting on the with you better world. Welcome to the Climaxxx Zone. 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 Welcome to the Climaxxx Zone.
Nigga got theme music.
Welcome to the Climaxxx Zone.
Nigga got theme music.
Come check this podcast out. Because you know, come check this podcast out. And if you need some promo, I'm Climaxxx. That's why I got my own motherfucking theme song. And we out this bitch.